All right, this is a review of just putting together chemical formulas, ionic chemical formulas, which is just so critical to your success in this unit, Unit 5, and beyond this, actually. So let's just go through a couple things, make sure you know what's what. So when you put a chemical formula together, you start with just putting the symbols side by side. You take a look at what's being bonded, calcium and phosphorus. What you have to do is look at the oxidation states. You can find them in a couple of different places. If it's an element, you look to the periodic table. And if it's a polyatomic ion, you will look to the list of polyatomic ions in your Chem Bible. So you can find the +2 and the -3 oxidation states for these. Remember, if they don't match up, you have to follow the switcheroo rule, in which case the 2 will subscript the phosphorus and the 3 will subscript the calcium, giving us a final formula of Ca3P2. All right, same thing here. Here's one with a polyatomic ion, sodium and sulfate. Sodium elemental is a +1 from the periodic table. Sulfate, you might have to look at the Chem Bible, but you remember that it's a -2 oxidation state. Same thing, they don't match up, so you've got to cross the 2, and you end up with a final formula of Na subscripted with the 2, and the sulfate doesn't need another subscript. If it's a 1, remember you don't put it. All right. And then if you're really lucky, you might even come across something like this. This happens pretty frequently. Magnesium +2, oxygen -2. If those numbers just naturally cancel each other out, then you don't have to do any subscripting, and the final formula is just MgO. So that's if it's +2, -2, +3, -3, or +1, -1. Okay, so the steps you should take to remember how to do this. Number 1 is just put the symbols together. 2, check on the oxidation states of each of the 2 ions. And then if you need to, subscript them. Use the switcheroo rule if you need to.